Listen closely. If you're one of the early Pi pioneers who's starting to feel like all your effort was a waste, pause for a second. I want your full attention, because what I'm about to say could save you from falling for one of the most misleading waves of misinformation currently circulating online. There are wild stories spreading all over social media claiming that Pi is somehow tied to a secret, world-changing financial event called NASARA, GASARA, or something even more mysterious known as the Quantum Financial System, or QFS. These stories promise unbelievable riches, gold-backed coins, and debt forgiveness on a global scale. But none of it, and I mean none of it, is real. Before you make any decision based on those rumors, you need to hear the facts. My only goal is to help you protect yourself, understand what's true, and stay focused on what really matters. And if you want reliable updates and verified information about Pi, make sure you follow the official Pi Network channels and my Telegram or Facebook pages, all linked in the description. That's where real information lives, not the fantasy-filled stories going viral every day. So, what's actually happening? Across YouTube, TikTok, and Telegram, people are claiming that Pi is secretly the core currency of a global financial reset. They say it's backed by gold and that when this so-called reset hits, all debts will vanish and Pi users will instantly become millionaires. Sounds exciting, right? It plays into the dream of financial freedom and sudden wealth, but that's exactly why it spreads so easily. Unfortunately, it's completely made up. Let's talk about where these ideas come from. NASARA supposedly stands for the National Economic Security and Reformation Act, an alleged secret U.S. law from the 1990s that would erase debt, end taxes, and restore a gold-backed dollar. GASARA, its supposed global version, claims to bring the same transformation worldwide. It all sounds too good to be true, and that's because it is. The origin traces back to a man named Harvey Francis Barnard, who proposed an economic reform idea decades ago. He sent it to Congress, but it was never introduced, never debated, and definitely never passed into law. The modern stories about NASARA and GASARA being secretly implemented came later from internet conspiracies, not from real government records. If you check official databases, congressional archives, or any verified government site, there's absolutely nothing there. The only evidence comes from blog posts, social media channels, and unverifiable claims, and whenever someone points that out, the response is always, it's being covered up. That alone should be a major red flag. Now let's break down this quantum financial system, or QFS. It's often described as a futuristic, unhackable network powered by quantum computers, ready to replace the entire global financial structure overnight. That sounds impressive until you realize that quantum computing, while real, is still in its earliest experimental stages. It's fragile, expensive, and currently used only for very narrow research tasks, nowhere near capable of managing something as massive and complex as the world's financial systems. And here's what's verifiable: no central bank, no government, and no major financial institution has ever announced a QFS. What they are working on are central bank digital currencies, and those projects are public, transparent, and reported by credible media. The QFS narrative, in contrast, depends entirely on secrecy and imagination. So where does Pi fit into all this? That's the tricky part. Pi Network is a real project, created by Stanford graduates and launched in 2019. It's designed to make cryptocurrency mining accessible to everyone through mobile devices. The app works, millions of people are part of the ecosystem, and the blockchain is live within an enclosed network. Verified users can send Pi to one another inside the system, but Pi hasn't officially launched on external exchanges yet, meaning it doesn't have a real market value at this stage. The developers behind Pi have never claimed any connection to NASARA, GASARA, or QFS. In fact, they've consistently denied those rumors. The link between Pi and these conspiracy theories was created entirely by users online. Because Pi doesn't yet have an official price, people started filling that information gap with fantasy, claiming one Pi could soon be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, that it's secretly gold-backed, or that it will become the world's reserve currency after a global reset. It's creative storytelling, but it's not reality. So why do these kinds of stories spread so easily? It's simple human psychology. People are struggling financially. They feel left behind by a system that seems unfair. So when a story comes along promising a miracle, one that makes you rich overnight and fixes the world's problems, it's emotionally powerful. Social media platforms amplify those feelings by pushing exciting claims to the top of your feed, while verified facts often get ignored because they sound boring. The more you see something repeated, the more your brain starts to accept it as true, even without evidence. And unfortunately, scammers know this. They exploit people's hopes by mixing real projects like Pi with false narratives to get clicks, followers, and sometimes even money. That's why skepticism is your greatest defense. Before you believe or share anything that sounds huge, ask yourself, who is saying this, and what proof do they have? Look for direct sources, official Pi announcements, credible news outlets, or public documentation. Watch out for emotional manipulation. If a post tries to make you feel fear, excitement, or urgency all at once, that's often a sign it's meant to bypass your logical thinking. The biggest red flags? Massive promises without proof. Claims that only insiders know, and pressure to act quickly. Never send money, personal information, or Pi tokens to anyone claiming they can activate your account, upgrade you to QFS, or guarantee future profits. These are scams designed to take advantage of your trust. Here's what's true, based on verifiable facts. There is no NASARA or GASARA law hidden anywhere in US or global government systems. The quantum financial system, as described online, doesn't exist. Central banks do research digital currencies, but those projects are transparent. And the Pi network, yes, it's real, but still in development, with no confirmed price or public exchange listing. So what should you actually do? Stay informed through Pi's official channels. Educate yourself on how blockchain works. Never share your passphrase. Don't send Pi to anyone offering unrealistic returns. Be patient. Building a legitimate cryptocurrency ecosystem takes time. Treat Pi as a speculative project, not a guaranteed fortune. Its potential value will depend on real-world use, not rumors. Pi's future depends on whether people and businesses adopt it for real transactions, build useful apps, and find genuine value in it. That's what gives any cryptocurrency its strength, not viral promises of secret government programs or mystical technology. The true path forward is education, patience, and community effort, not chasing fantasies. And look, I get it. The reason these ideas catch fire is that people are tired of debt, inflation, and inequality. The idea of a magical financial reset where everything suddenly becomes fair again is comforting. But those stories don't help you, they distract you from what's real. They make people take dangerous financial risks, quit jobs, or spend money they don't have, thinking Pi will make them millionaires overnight. And when reality doesn't match the dream, the disappointment can be devastating. Pi has potential, yes, but like any crypto project, it's uncertain. Maybe one day it will be worth something, maybe a few dollars, maybe more, maybe less. But anyone claiming they know it'll be worth tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars is either lying to you or lying to themselves. If you're mining Pi, keep doing it if you enjoy it. It costs you nothing but a tap on your phone. But don't plan your financial future around it. Don't invest money or take loans based on rumors. Be smart, be patient, and stay grounded in reality. The pioneers who truly succeed will be the ones who focus on facts, not fantasies. So if this helped you understand what's real and what's not, hit that like button so it reaches more pioneers. Comment below with the Pi topics you'd like me to cover next, subscribe for verified updates, and check the links in the description for our Telegram and Facebook communities. Let's build around truth, not hype. Stay smart, stay skeptical, and I'll see you in the next video.